Coming up on the list, we block out the myths of sunscreen.
An SPF of 30 shields you from about 97% of the UV rays.
Plus, add this sweet ingredient to your next poke bowl.
I love this.
But first, how to manage your inherited emotions.
Patterns of thoughts, feelings that have cycled down through generations.
It's your life, it's your list, and it starts right now.
Hey everyone, I'm Christina Guerrero.
And I'm Jimmy Rhodes. We're all born with certain traits like height or body type. It's in our physical DNA. And as someone who would like to grow taller, trust me, you're stuck with them.
That's right. But the other traits you get from your parents, like the way you handle money or struggle with body image, well, those fall under the category of emotional DNA. But those can be altered.
Jackie Denker is learning how to rewire emotional DNA for a better life. And that's our featured story at the top of the list.
We all know we inherit physical traits like eye color and hair color, but
You don't just inherit physical DNA, you also inherit your emotional DNA. That is, your patterns of thoughts, feelings, actions, inactions, the events that have cycled down through generations.
we spoke with the author of Decoding Your Emotional Blueprint, Judy Wilkins Smith, to learn about it. First, how is emotional DNA created?
So what we now know is that if you have an event that is significant enough for you, it creates an imprint on your system that becomes the blueprint for subsequent generations of behavior. So now you start to repeat those.
So your money struggles could be related to generations past.
This is a little bit like Genealogy 2.0. It's not just where you belong, it's what were the events and how do those matter? How have they created imprints? So they then imprint onto the genes and can then get activated or not.
So how can we identify our emotional DNA?
You look at the places where you are frustrated, mad, sad, really strong, determined, super successful, something that either drives you or really can shut you down. Those are generally your two places where you'll find it.
For example, if you struggle with depression,
Is it yours, or are you simply holding it and carrying it for someone else generations ago?
so researching your family tree could potentially lead to finding a traumatic event from 4 generations ago that began the pattern of depression.
Because that's generally the pattern that's trying to stop. And right next to it sits the pattern that's trying to start through you. So what bugs us is the first half. The second half is, okay, what am I really wanting to do? What is my big heart's desire? I want to be happy. I don't want to be depressed like all of those women.
Finally, how can we shift it? For example, patterns when it comes to money.
You're going to write down everything that you feel, think, and do around money. But write it in your words, the exact language that you use. The next step you want to take is you want to say, who else in the family is like this? Where did it start from? And then the next one is to say, so what do I need to stop? What needs to stop with me? And then what needs to start with me? And you'll know you've got the start piece right when you get that little tingle that goes, okay, I can do this. It is an exercise. When you start to feel it and you're connecting with what you're saying and doing, that's when you'll shift, because that's when you'll make the commitment and nobody's about to stop you.
Breaking down our emotional DNA is at the top of the list.
When it comes to sun protection, we've all got, well, skin in the game. And sunscreen is a proven way to reduce your odds of skin cancer while also saving you from those wrinkles. But you have to use it right. So Teresa Strasser's busting some sunscreen myths.
It's the season to slather on the sunscreen, but if you think all kinds are the same, you could get burned.
There's a lot of technicalities that need to be understood.
Board-certified plastic surgeon Dr. Pablo Pritchard, aka Dr. Scottsdale, is burning down some common myths about sunscreen. For starters, higher SPF is always better.
So is SPF 30 twice as good as SPF 15?
No, an SPF of 30 shields you from about 97% of the UV rays. You get an SPF of like 50, 60. Sounds like it's twice as good,
Yes.
but it's shielding you from about 98% of UV rays.
Confusing because it's only a couple percent better, even though it's twice the number.
SPF, or sun protection factor, is the percentage that the sunscreen protects you from UVB rays, which are the ones that burn.
UVA rays, think of the A as aging.
Dr. Scottsdale says to use a sunscreen with an SPF of 30 or higher that protects against UVB and UVA rays.
Because it gives you that protection and it's not like overkill.
Knowing the SPF won't matter, though, if you believe the next myth, that a little dab will do ya.
Now, as to the amount, especially if you're buying pricey sunscreen, I'm just gonna stretch it out.
I brought this fun little shot glass here because this is exactly how much sunblock, that's the dose of sunblock for your body.
And that's not even filled to the brim.
Right.
Does this include your face?
Yes.
Okay.
So for the entire body, that shot glass.
And if you've gotten sweaty or go into the water,
You still need to reapply when you get out.
our last myth, sunscreen doesn't expire.
Well, this time of year, moms are getting out the bin from last summer. Oh, look, we got all our sunscreen. Let's dust these off.
Yep.
No.
No. Some of those chemicals will degrade.
Which doesn't leave your skin as protected as it was when you first bought it, so purge those old bottles because most sunscreens last 1 to 3 years.
And this is actually sped up with heat.
So if you leave them in your car or in the direct sunlight for too long,
It's degrading and it's actually expiring much quicker than the expiration date they put on the sunblock.
saving your skin by shining a light on sunscreen.
Well, few things are more refreshing on a hot summer day than going to town on a watermelon. And since we love it so much, we're going to give it a chance to expand its resume. It's watermelon for the win with 3 recipes guaranteed to make your summer a little sweeter.
Watermelon is one of those fruits that's good by itself.
It's hydrating, it's so versatile, it's adult and kid friendly.
But we're taking this already tasty treat and making it even better with recipes from Stacy Weber, owner of Eat by Stacy Weber. Starting off with a great appetizer, grilled watermelon sticks and dip.
Make your strips, like big smiley faces.
Okay.
And go all the way across this way, and then you're basically just going to go across the other direction.
Oh, look at that!
There you have it.
Then pop those sticks on the grill.
We actually did a little bit of habanero spice, or you could do tahini on it.
So what is this delicious yogurt sauce that we have here?
I like to use lime and lime zest, honey and yogurt.
Oh my God. Oh, it's got that kick. I told you, it's spicy. It is, but there's the sweet of the watermelon, so it kind of balances it out. I love this.
This next recipe has our watermelon taking the place of fish with a watermelon poke bowl. To start, dice your melon into small cubes to mimic the look of fish used on poke bowls. Next, select your base.
You can use rice if you want.
Okay.
I just prefer mixed greens. We'll add our cucumber. We'll do the watermelon.
This is our superstar.
Pickled ginger.
Then add toasted pepitas, cashews, or peanuts.
We have our avocado. I like to do a little of these fun sesame seeds. Green onion.
Add cilantro, then sauce it up.
It's soy or tamari based sauce, and then it's got some chili flakes in there, some sesame oil, a little bit of agave just to sweeten it up a touch, and also sesame seeds and ginger in there.
And enjoy.
That is so delicious.
Our last recipe is a watermelon margarita.
Watermelon is hydrating, so let's drink our watermelon.
Start your marg with frozen watermelon and strawberries.
Do a few sprigs of mint. It just adds a little bit of a refreshing kick.
Okay.
Then add in your tequila of choice and blend.
That's so refreshing.
For the full recipes, head to thelisttv.com. We're cheersing to summer with these fresh twists on watermelon. Up next on the list, why now is the right time for networking.
Research shows that our networks have shrunk by 16%.
And how one author's journey inspired others.
This is a lot bigger than I thought it would be.
Plus, the latest animated movies to hit the big screen.
That better be a licensed toy or I will freak out.
That's all next on the list.
Hey YouTube, okay, I know you're right in the middle of watching. It's a good episode, right? But I just wanted to remind you to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss 1 minute of the list. All right, now back to the show.
Welcome back. We've all heard that networking's a crucial part of building your career, and now that you can Zoom with anyone, anywhere, your web of contacts can truly go worldwide. We're running down how to build a global network. 2 years of canceled events are having lingering effects.
Research shows that our networks have shrunk by 16%, which is significant. It's more than 200 people for each of us.
Raul Sanchez and Daniel Bullock are NYU professors who trained United Nations delegates in cross-cultural communication and networking. And along with Rod Sanchez, put out the book, How to Communicate Effectively with Anyone, Anywhere.
We're trying to train diplomats, delegates, and global UN staff to discover new things about each other.
They're unleashing those UN bona fides to help build global networks. And first things first, start talking to people you don't already know.
It's been proven through studies, people tend to gravitate towards people that they know.
When you walk into a room full of strangers, you look for familiar faces. So at potential networking events,
the best networker is most likely to be the bartender.
Because they're forced to chat up a bunch of strangers. But sticking with people you know means you're not adding cultural diversity to your network.
Diversity is so important in terms of networking because we are trying to expand our circles, not just keeping to the same groups of people, because that just creates groupthink.
So to create global ties, work your network outward. Think of a rock that creates ripples in water.
The first ring are the solid ties, those closest to us, like family members, close friends, and mentors. They are the people you trust, respect, and admire.
And they're the ones you might already lean on too much, so go out a layer.
The second ring is soft ties. They are people who can introduce you to an expansive network.
Tapping into people a layer removed from your inner circle transcends linear one-by-one growth, so you're networking exponentially.
Soft ties leads us to global ties, people with diverse contacts and cultural perspectives, which increases the flow of opportunities across the global community.
And yeah, this will be hard at first.
We tend to focus on our solid ties because we tend to think that those that are closest to us, our family, our friends, our mentors, are the ones most likely to help us. But in fact, soft ties are the ones that lead to global ties, where we find new information, we find greater resources, greater opportunities, more varied ideas and perspectives.
But it gets easier.
You want to continue to step out of your comfort zone until one day the world becomes your comfort zone.
Finally, when networking globally, focus on discovery.
The results-driven path is the traditional path that we used to go down. You would network for short-term interest, self-interest, promotion, career opportunities. But the approach has changed now in the globalized era. But we network for discovery. It's not just a communication practice, but an idea-generating practice.
This approach helped launch an international brand.
The entrepreneurs behind Airbnb went to networking events and they thought, okay, let's ask someone, what do you think about sleeping on someone's couch?
Soliciting ideas not only improved the product, it made former strangers feel invested in the concept.
And so when we think about our networking purpose and shift it from networking for results and thinking about networking for discovery, we uncover new unforeseen opportunities.
Unlocking opportunity by building a culturally diverse global network.
Kids often participate in reading programs to keep their minds sharp during the summer break, but taking that a step forward, students not only reading, but writing their own books. Teresa Strasser shares 3 recent young authors you might want to check out. Teresa.
Thank you. Getting a book published is so hard, but these young authors are making the process look like child's play. Coming in at number 1, San Diego, California, 8-year-old Ethan Wang recently published How the Turtle Got Its Shell.
It makes me feel happy and proud.
In this tale, the friendly sea dragon kingdom is invaded by the dreaded sky dragon army, but a kind-hearted turtle steps in to rescue a princess and save the realm.
My message is that bravery and kindness can help everyone.
He's now in the process of writing 2 more, and as for sales of his current 30-page book,
I'm gonna donate all the money to my school.
A paperback copy is going for $9 on Amazon. At number 2, West Allis, Wisconsin 12-year-old Nadia Greenewalt authored a book called My Friend Lincoln.
We're very goofy together.
Nadia decided to write a book about her best friend, Lincoln Eager.
I like to share what I'm going through to other people.
Lincoln had a brain tumor that's since been removed, but the book about his ordeal sparked a pay-it-forward publishing spree. Kids writing about other kids with cancer.
We wanted to write about other people because we wanted to have them share their journey with their cancer.
Now their My Friend Lincoln project has 4 books, a 5th on the way, and a majority of sales goes toward paying medical bills for the children involved.
Kids that don't understand what cancer is, they can learn more about it.
Their books are going for $20 each at myfriendlincoln.org. And third on our young authors list, Detroit, Michigan 17-year-old Grant Harrison recently published a children's book called Will You Be My Friend?
People in the community have been reaching out to me saying how inspirational it is.
It takes readers back to when Grant was excited to show off his drumming skills in a school talent show, but was overwhelmed by his battle with Asperger's syndrome.
It's about overcoming that with the help of your friends and family and just persevering.
And the $13 paperback is even an Amazon bestseller. Amazing. And those were 3 young authors with sweet-sounding books. Lots more to come on the list. Stay with us.
We're back. This is a big year at the box office, and it isn't just action blockbusters, superhero movies, and quirky indie stuff. There are also loads of animated movies looking to pack them into theaters. We're looking at a few ready to take off in 22 on the hot list.
If you like movies with huge stars doing animal voices, this is your summer.
Lots of animated movies coming your way, and they all have some very big stars.
Steering us through some of the ones he's most excited about is film critic and entertainment journalist Scott Movie Mantz. Starting off with Paws of Fury, The Legend of Hank.
We need a new samurai. It's about a dog named Hank, voiced by Michael Cera, who has dreams of becoming a samurai in a town full of cats.
I have something to tell you. I am your father. What? No, I'm not.
Among the other voices you'll hear, Ricky Gervais, Michelle Yeoh, Samuel L. Jackson, and more.
What the mother-father cocker spaniel's going on here? So because Paws of Fury is loosely based on the 1974 Mel Brooks classic Blazing Saddles, Mel Brooks, who was over 90 years old, actually has one of the voices in this movie.
Wow. I did not see that coming. Paws of Fury releases in theaters on July 15th. Up next, DC League of Super Pets.
What do I have here?
This is based on DC's comic series Legion of Super Pets, and it is a 3D animated movie. When Superman is kidnapped, it's up to Krypto to save the day.
My best friend is in danger, and you have to help me.
Besides Dwayne Johnson as Krypto, the movie also has...
why couldn't I have gotten a magic hammer or something?
Kevin Hart, who voices Batman's dog, Ace the Bloodhound. John Krasinski is voicing Superman, and Keanu Reeves is voicing Batman.
That better be a licensed toy or I will freak out.
DC League of Super Pets drops in theaters on July 29th. And finally, Luck.
Luck is different all around the world.
Luck is about a young girl who believes she's the unluckiest person in the world.
But all that changes when she stumbles upon the never-before-seen world of good and bad luck. There she teams up with magical creatures to uncover a force more powerful than even luck itself.
And this is the land of luck.
This film has the voices of Simon Pegg, Jane Fonda, and Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
Luck releases on Apple TV Plus on August 5th. Animation anticipation for the summer of 22 on the hot list. We'll be right back.
We're back. With the hot weather, you are likely to have some guests in your backyard, and we are not talking about your neighbors. We're talking about the little green ones that skitter up your walls and across the rocks. Hattie D. Jamal has 5 things you didn't know about lizards.
There is so much more to lizards than their scaly skin.
We're talking over 4,000 different species.
We spoke with Rick Schwartz, ambassador for San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance, to learn 5 things about lizards. First, they vary in size.
The size variance can be anywhere from about 1/2 inch for the dwarf gecko up to 10 feet for the Komodo dragon. We're talking a few ounces up to over 150 pounds difference in these different lizard species that are out there.
Next, they smell with their tongue.
When you see a lizard sticking its tongue in and out of its mouth, they are picking up particles in the air that you and I bring into our nose, but they pick it up on their tongue and bring it to the roof of their mouth. And that's because the cells that we have inside our nose to process what we're smelling, those cells for the reptiles like lizards and snakes reside in the roof of their mouth. It's called the Jacobson's organ, named after the scientist who first discovered that.
The third thing you didn't know, the Komodo dragon is the largest lizard.
They're only found on 5 islands within the Indonesian island chains, but they are the largest, weighing in anywhere from 140 to 160 pounds, upwards of 10 feet in length. They are a very, very powerful lizard that is also a strong predator. It's kind of weird to think they can hunt and take down deer that are 140 pounds in size.
Our fourth factoid, some have teeth.
Many species have true teeth. They have calcium-based teeth, just like humans do. Most of them are hidden within the gum lines. Komodo dragons can have upwards of 60 or more in there, some of them as big as an inch long. And here's the crazy thing. If they break or lose a tooth, another one will grow back. So it allows them to be a very formidable predator.
Finally, some lizards are venomous.
We do know Gila monsters, Mexican beaded lizards, and Komodo dragons do have a variant of enzyme in their saliva, which does technically make it venomous. And so when they deliver that bite, what's going in is some of the saliva, which then contains enzymes which are anticoagulants. Most scientists have figured out is it prevents the wound that they have created with their very sharp teeth from healing.
And that's 5 things you didn't know about lizards.
You know, we've actually got little lizards in our backyard, and they're so fun to watch with my kids as long as they stay outside.
The lizards or the kids?
Right? It depends on the day.
Hey, you YouTube! Don't forget to like this video, leave us a comment down below, and then hit that subscribe button, and then you'll never miss a list. And I know, if only there were more episodes you could watch. Oh, hey, what do you know?